Hello, and welcome to the Presido's online training program for the active aging population. This is our advanced course. By this point, you'll have gone through at least our beginner and intermediate courses and are proficient in not only identifying the targets and the landmarks on the platform, but your body is now ready to kick it up a notch and add a little bit more external resistance. So as we begin this program, I have 2 kg dumbbells right here, and I encourage you to do the same. If you don't have the dumbbells or you'd like to get them at a later time, you can use just your hands, or you can grab maybe a water bottle or anything in your house that might act as a little bit of an external load. So let's begin. Following the fashion of our beginner and intermediate programs, we'd like to restore normalized motion. And as before we were on the wall using it for support, well, you guys have graduated past that, and we're going to take you now into less points of contact. Again, we're going to meet on the 5 and the 9. So from here, we're going to work our way up from the ground. We're going to start with our left foot, and we're just going to drive our knee to the 45, drive it to the 0, and drive it to the right 45. These motions should look familiar, but without the safety of the wall, it involves a little bit more challenge when it comes to stability. One more time through. Great job. We're going to add a new component where we're going to take our weight, shift it onto our left side, toe touch our right foot, and from here we're going to drive again. Adding a little bit more challenge to the left leg as we kind of wake up all the muscles and warm up the joints. We got 2 more times through here. 1 more time through. And great job. Switching it up, 5 and 7, we're going to do the same thing. Our right leg is going to go to our right 45, to the 0, and to the left 45. Remember, we've been using the Presidos a little bit now, so try and keep your eye line more upright and use your sense of proprioception, or your feeling of your space around you, to allow that knee to drive in the accurate direction. 1 more time through. Drive. Drive. Great job. Putting more of your weight into the 5, toe touching that left foot, we're going to do the same thing again, but this is going to involve more stability in the system, a little bit more like walking, because when we walk, our back heel raises up, and we want to make sure we're balanced and stable in this position. 2 more times through. 1 more time through. And excellent. Moving up the chain, if we went through the walking and the foot drive, we're now going to go into our hips. We're going to be back on this 5 and 9. And we're just going to start rocking our hips forward and rocking them back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Just kind of getting this left leg to warm up a little bit. Good. Take it side to side. Side to side. Keeping your weight balanced over both feet. 1 more time, side to side. Now, we're going to keep our weight into our left side. Rotate to the left, rotate to the right. Hips left, hips right. Left, right. Good. We're just going to keep on moving right through there. 1 more time. Excellent. And just like we did when we were using our knee to create motion in the ankle, we're going to lift up this back foot, kind of like similar to walking, and we're going to rock forward and rock back. Creating a little bit more balance right out the gate, a little bit more stability. Good. 1 more time. Forward and back. We're going to go side to side, keeping a nice, tall, long back, and just moving our hips 90-90. Good. 1 more time. Now we're going to rotate left 45, right 135. This one might be a little tricky because we don't have as much base of support, but let's go ahead and try and create some stability, a little bit more activation in that left hip. In and out. Excellent job. We warmed up our hip on the left. Let's go over to our right. Meet me on the 5 and the 7. We're going to do the same thing. Our eyes are going to follow us. We're going to look up, and we're going to come back down. Up and down. And remember, we want those eyes to move along with us. We want to really kind of move through that hip. Last one. We're going to take it 90-90, so right hip to the right, left. Right 90, left 90. Remember, we're restoring motion in the body. We're waking everything up. We're warming up. Last one. Great job. We're going to rotate now to our right and to our left. Right 45, left 135. Keeping that back heel down and giving our body as much motion as we have. Last one, right and left. Just like we did on the other side, we're going to take our left foot, which is on the 7, pick up the toe, keep our weight more forward, and we're going to reach forward with our pelvis, and we're going to reach back with our pelvis. So straight forward toward the 0, straight back towards that 180. 0, 180. Last one, and we're going to take it side to side now, so 90, 90. Getting that right leg to feel a little bit more warmed up. Good. Last one, and back through the rotations. Right 45, left, right side, left side. Good. Allowing that back foot to kind of pivot around, but keeping all of our weight on that right side. Last one, rotate and rotate. We're going to add a new warm-up in for the hips today, a little bit of a game. We're going to start on the 9 and the 1. What we're going to do is we're going to use our right hand and we're just going to touch all the dots, trying to get this palm as flat as we can. Remember, if we need to, we can obviously reduce the amount of distance we're going, but let's try and get down there and get our right hand to the 2, take it to the 3, to the 4, to the 5, to our 6, to the 8, big reach back to the 7. Excellent job. We're going to do the same thing with our left. If you're starting to feel a little dizzy or it's moving too fast, slow it down, keep your eyes a little bit more fixed. We don't want you to get vertigo, we don't want you to get nauseous, and we definitely want to make sure that you're able to get the length in the lower legs that we'd like you to get. So, left hand 2, left hand 3, left hand 4, 5, 6, 8, and 7. Now we got one more here. We're going to take both hands and we're going to put them on the 2. We're going to go 3, pushing back into those hips. We're going to go 4. Let's go 5, 6, 8, and here's the big reach, number 7. All right, so we should have some fire up going on in those back legs. Feel a little bit more stretched, a little bit more warmed up. Let's switch it up. We're gonna go to the 3 and the 7. We're gonna start with our left hand and repeat essentially the same sequence. Left hand 2, 1, 6, 5, 4, 8, and 9. Now we're going to switch our hands and do the same thing with our right. Down to the 2, 1, 6, 5, 4, 8, and here we go for that big 9. Great job. Last one, both hands. We're going to reach down to the 2, to the 1, to our 6, 5, 4, 8, and at 9. All right. Now that we got the legs warmed up, let's go ahead and add a little bit more to the arms. We're going to go back to that 5 and 9 position, kind of like what we did before with the knee and with the hip. We're going to use the hands and create a little bit of a thoracic spine or an upper back mobility. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take both hands and we're gonna drive them along the axes. So we're gonna take our hands down to the 180 and we're gonna reach them all the way up to the 0. Down to the 180 and reach them up to the 0. Last one, down to the 180. Reach them up and keep them up over your head. Turn your palms to face me. Tip your arms to the right and tip your arms to the left. Tip them to the right and tip them to the left. To the right and to the left. Now we're going to bring them down straight ahead, keeping your eyes straight, keeping your body straight. Rotate your arms to your right 135. Rotate them to your left 135. Rotate them to the right and rotate them to the left. Try and keep your hips straight. Let them move along with a little bit, but we want that upper back to really begin to loosen and warm up. Last time. Rotate right and rotate left. Great job. Let's switch it up. 7 and 5. Take those arms down to the 180, up overhead. Down to our 180, up overhead. Last one. Down to the 180, up overhead. Take them overhead to the left and to the right. To the left, getting as long as you can. To the right. Left, right. Last one. Left and right. We're going to take them back to the center. Rotate them to that left 135. Take them off to the right 135. Rotate and rotate. Good. Trying to keep our head straight, fixed right ahead, but allowing them to go 135 to 135 and relax. We're going to move on from our restoring motion section into our reinforce. So I want you to take a second, grab your dumbbells, and meet me back on the platform. So, we should have our dumbbells. Let's go on to the 7 and the 9. Now, if you look down at your platform, we've been doing a lot of things that are kind of straight ahead. We've been following those gray lines within the circles. We're going to change it up a little bit today, and we're going to add in the white line and the red line. And if you see, my right foot, when it goes to the white, it turns in a little bit. And when it goes to the red, it turns out a little bit. These motions are safe for the body if you have the capacity to do it. If at any point it feels weird on your knee, your ankle, your hip, your lower back off and go right back to the gray line. But as long as you have the motion, as long as everything feels okay, then I encourage you to go ahead and explore what your body has in terms of its internal and external rotation capacities. Now, starting right here, we have our 2 dumbbells at our side. What we're going to do is we're going to step to the 6. We're going to follow the white line with our right foot. We're going to step to the 6 into a lunge. We're going to reach the weights down just a little bit, and we're going to come back to home. We're going to step to the 6, reach them down, and come back to home. Then we're going to go to the 3, and we're going to do the same thing and come back to home. We're going to do the 3 and come back to home. Now we're going to go to the 5 and come back to the 5 and come back. Now we're going to go 2 and come back. Make sure you're following that white line to the 2. You see how my foot turns in and come back. Here's the tough one, but I know you got it. Go over to the 4 and come back to the 4. And it's just an initial range of motion lunge, just that little bit. We're going to go 1 and come back. 1 and come back. Now we're going to do the whole thing again, but add just a little bit of speed to it. So we're going to go 6 to 3, to 5, to 2, to 4, to 1. Let's do it again. Here we go. To 6, to 3, to 5, to 2, to 4, and to 1. There we go. All right, I see you're turning into that advanced trainee that we think you are. We're going to do the same thing now on the left side, except we're going to follow the red line. So if you look down, there's a 4 red. That's going to do the same thing with the foot, and we're going to come back home. So we're gonna do 2 with each number, and then we're gonna do 2 quicker runs through the sequence. Starting off at the 7 and the 9, weights are in your hands, left foot goes to the 4 red line, initial, push back. Do it again, push back. Here we go to the 1, and push back. And the 1 again, push back. We're gonna hit that 5, bring it back, and again. Very good. Here comes the 2, bring it back, and again. We're gonna go over to the 6. I know it's a tough one, but you got it. And the 6 again. Here we go, 3. And again. Great job. Now, if you remember before, we're going to add a little bit of a speed component. So follow along with me and challenge yourself to move a little bit faster. So hit the 4. Go to the 1. Hit the 5. Here comes the 2. Let's hit the 6. And the 3. We're going to do it again. Ready? Hit the 4. Hit the 1. Here we go, 5. Let's hit the 2. Here we go, 6. And finish with the 3. Great, great job. Shake those legs out. If you need to grab a drink, go ahead, get a drink. We're going to come on back, and we're going to do a little bit of upper body arm reaching. So once you've had a drink, meet me back here. We're going to be on the 4 and the 6. This time we're going to bring our arms up to our shoulders. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to be reaching at angulations that are ahead of us and behind us. And the way we want to do this is make sure when we're extending our arm, if you can see me from the side, you never fully extend to where you put stress and pressure on the joint. You always want to keep it under control and just about 70% of its total extensibility. We are loaded up, so we want to make sure that the muscles are decelerating and controlling the motion rather than potentially hurting or putting stress on our joints. If the weights end up being too much, you can drop them, get your arm and do the full on reach. But right now we want to make sure with the load that we're able to keep it under control. 4 and 6 is our starting position. Weights go ahead and load up. We have a 45, a 0, and a 45 ahead of us. Our right arm is going to start at shoulder. We're going to shift and reach across. We're going to reach to the 0, and we're going to reach to the left 45. So across, straight ahead, and to our right 45. Again, one more time. To the left, to the 0, to the right 45. Excellent job. Same thing with the left. We're going to reach across to the right, to the 0, and to the left 45. Reach to the right, to the 0, and to the left 45. Last time. To the right, to the 0, and to the left 45. Great job. What we're going to do now is we're going to take that up above the head. So if we went at shoulder, we're going to go overhead. So our right arm is going to reach up to our left. It's going to reach to the 0, and it's going to reach over to the right 45. To the left 45, to the 0, to our right 45. Last one. Left 45, 0, right 45. You guessed it, here comes that left arm, rotating to the right 45, to the 0, to the left 45. Again, to the right 45, overhead, to the 0, to our left 45. Last time through, right, 0, you got it, last one. And great job. Take those weights, let them come down a little bit. We got one more reaching pattern. If we reached straight at shoulder, we reached overhead, we're going to reach at hip height or at knee height, somewhere a little bit lower. So bringing the weights back up, we're going to take that right and we're going to reach across to the 45. We're going to reach to the 0, and we're going to reach to our left 45. We're going to go to our left, to our center, and to our right. Last time through, staying at your knee height, center, and to our right. Great job. Left arm goes over to the right 45, to the 0, to our left 45, rotates to the right 45, to the 0, to the left 45. Last time. Right, 0, and left 45. Awesome, awesome job loading yourself up with the dumbbells. We're going to take those, put them down. And now it's time to play a game. Just as we know, once we restore normalized motion, we reinforce our functional movement patterns. We're now going to go ahead and react. Play a little bit of a game, challenge the body. And since we are here in the advanced program, we're going to take it from the front to the side. So I want you to meet me on the left side of your platform, right here at this center 90. And what we're going to do is when I clap, you're going to tap the 4, step on the 5, and bring it back home. That's it. So we're listening for the auditory cue to tap the 4, drop on the 5, and push back. And the drop is merely a lunge, right? So it's almost kind of like a stutter step. So we tap, drop, and come back. And the goal is to get in, out as fast as we can. So all you're doing is listening for the clap, 4, 5, and come back home. We're going to start there, and since you guys are advanced, we're going to increase the load just a little bit. So let's get ourselves nice and ready to go. Our right foot is moving, listen for the clap, and get back out. Good. Break. Awesome job to start. Now here's what we're going to do. Since we used 1 clap to tap 4, drop 5, 2 claps is going to tap 4, drop 2. So we have to make sure we pay very close attention to the cue that you're getting. If I clap once, it drops 5. If I clap twice, you drop 2. So you want to be very specific and accurate where you're at. You want to pay very close attention to the cues that are coming in. And most importantly, you want to have the patience to control your impulses and not react too quick. It's a fun game, so let's challenge yourself to be accurate. Starting down here, remembering 1 clap, drop 5, 2 claps, drop 2. Are you ready? Get in your positions. And good job. All right, well, if we got that right side worked up a little bit, let's go on over to the other side. And the same rules are going to apply. Using that left foot, 1 clap is drop 5. And we're just going to kind of work through the system before we add the 2. So get yourself in the ready position. We're right here. And good job. All right. So we got the single clap down. Now we're going to go for 2. So 1 clap, tap 6, drop 5. 2 claps, tap 6, drop 2. Try and be as accurate as you can and move as quick as you can so when you hear the noise, you're able to react a little bit quicker. So let's load up, get yourselves ready. Okay, make sure we get in, get out. Good. And relax. So there we have it, the Advanced Acting Aging Program online from Presidos. We hope you enjoyed this 3-part module, and if at any time you feel maybe things are a little stiff, you haven't worked out in a while, we encourage you to go back to the beginning, grab your mat, get on it, and we know you're going to have a great time. Thanks for joining.